Dell UltraSharp U4025QW. This monitor is gigantic enough to fit your business plans, your spreadsheets, and maybe a midlife crisis, with a 40-inch curve that makes you feel like you're working inside a spaceship cockpit. The colors pop like confetti in sRGB mode, and sharp text means your emails look crisper than your boss's suit. But in bright offices, you might get a little glare and the gaming is just meh, so keep it for productivity, not playtime. The adjustable stand and port extravaganza scream luxury, but at £30 you may need gym membership just to set it up. 7 out of 10. HP Omen Transcend 32 OLED. The Omen Transcend 32 is like that overachiever in class who games hard and works harder, delivering sizzling fast performance for action junkies in colors so pure your spreadsheets might shed a tear. You get a slick KVM switch and enough ports to run a small country. Plus it flips to portrait mode if you feel like feeling taller. But beware, that chunky power brick might trip you up, and brightness struggles if your office has sunlight. It is pricey, but the QD OLED is buttery smooth and content creators will love the top-tier calibration for pixel-perfect presentations. 8 out of 10. Samsung ViewFinity S9. Samsung wants creatives to dive into a 5120 by 2880 pixel swimming pool with lifelike color and a stand that pivots like a caffeinated ballerina, but the brightness is just so-so. And some users say it feels dim and underwhelming when compared to competitors. The built-in camera connects like magic, and calibration via an app is clever. Just maybe skip this one for bright offices and avid movie watchers, unless you love matte screens more than vibrant visuals. It's trying hard to be the Apple Studio Display's cool cousin, but for office work, it mostly scores points for design and versatility, not jaw-dropping performance. 6 out of 10. BenQ PD3220U. This monitor turns your office into a pixel palace with juicy colors and a refresh rate fast enough to make your spreadsheets shake their heads in disbelief. It throws in a nifty remote control and pro-level calibration for creative work, but its HDR performance is like decaf coffee, advertised but not truly exciting. Great for both Photoshop pros and accidental gamers, except your wallet may file a formal complaint. 7 out of 10. ASUS ROG Swift PG27UCDM. Plug this into your desk and let the OLED wizardry dazzle your eyeballs with pure colors, ultra-fast input lag, and a refresh rate that screams no excuses even in your Monday morning meetings. It's got style and enough features to make your coworker jealous, but its brightness could use a triple espresso for big HDR scenes. If you want your office to feel futuristic and don't mind the price, this monitor practically high-fives you every time you clock in. 8 out of 10. BenQ MA320U. This is the sensible suit of office monitors. Clean design, MacBook charm, and color calibration so sharp you might mistake your email for a masterpiece. It's easy to set up, helps your posture, and throws in solid 4K image quality, but the built-in speakers sound like someone's yelling through a coffee can. Nice value for everyday use, unless you need Thunderbolt speed or want full cinematic drama. 6 out of 10. LG 32GS95UEB. This monitor feels like the superhero of office displays, blasting out stunning colors and switchable refresh rates faster than your coffee kick on Monday morning. It is so quick, your spreadsheets practically leap out in 240 frames per second, but then you look at the price tag and wonder if it will get you a raise just for owning it. Honestly, unless you are doing secret gaming between those boring emails, it is top tier but probably overkill for most desk jobs. 7 out of 10. BenQ PD3220U. If you want colors that pop and an image sharper than your boss's sarcasm, this BenQ gets the job done. With its IPS panel and proper coverage for all your creative flair, you get excellent ergonomics, eye comfort, a clean 4K image, and a KVM switch, but the speakers sound more like a distant group call, and the stand hogs your desk like a stubborn cat. Overall, solid pick for design work, but not perfect enough for a standing ovation. 6 out of 10. Dell UltraSharp U3024K. Dell heard you want pixels, so they poured in 6,144 horizontally for crispy text, wild diagrams, and a webcam that could join a movie set if it wanted. The contrast is so deep, you might lose your mouse pointer in the blacks, and you can plug in pretty much everything, including your lunch if it had a cable. But its creative colors are shy and the price is absurdly high. If your job is broadcasting Zoom calls in 4K and your wallet's bursting, go for it. 7 out of 10. Dell S2725QC. This 27-inch wonder packs crispy 4K visuals, a slick 120Hz refresh rate, and even charges your laptop right from its USB-C port. It's like your desk just went from dial-up to fiber overnight. The colors pop with 99% sRGB coverage, and you get buttery smooth scrolling whether you're working or sneaking in some after-hours gaming. Sure, the built-in speakers are competent but not concert material, and bigger screens do muscle it out for movie buffs, yet for office action, it's pretty outstanding. 8 out of 10. Acer Nitro XT275K. This monitor's refresh rate zooms to 160 Hz, making every scroll and spreadsheet feel like a victory lap. Plus, it'll charge your laptop while you binge emails or play games on high-res, punchy 4K detail. It stays bright enough to fight off glare, has wild ergonomics for every desk oddball, and the HDR is punchy, though colors aren't perfect and input lag creeps in at lower refresh rates. Still, unless you're fussing over wizard-level color grading or have a shaky desk, this is a beastly work companion. 7 out of 10. Samsung M8. This 32-inch show-off throws in all the smart TV tricks with a slick 4K panel, and even does AI-powered upscaling, so morning Zoom calls actually look smarter. It's bright enough to giggle at sunlight, blacks feel deep thanks to the VA panel, and you'll get HDR 10 Plus for drama, but a humble 60 Hz refresh rate and mild color trade-offs make action a bit vanilla for gamers and editors. If you want stylish smarts over sporty specs, it's fun, just not a productivity powerhouse. 6 out of 10. ASUS ProArt Display PA279CRV. This monitor brings the sharp style of a runway model to your office. With color so accurate, it may as well pre-approve your next expense report. USB-C gives you a slick one-cable desk, and the big 27-inch screen multitasks like your best assistant. But beware, the HDR gets shy and blacks refuse to go full ninja in dark scenes. It is solid for professionals, but that price tag and weak HDR mean I am not putting it on a pedestal. 7 out of 10. Dell S2722Q. Say hello to outstanding text clarity and a screen that will let you juggle spreadsheets like a circus performer. Plus, it has a stand with more moves than an office chair race. You get plenty of ports, a color-friendly 4000 resolution, and adjustment options for everyone from slouchers to posture perfectionists, though motion blur and mediocre black levels mean it is no gamer's dream. For getting work done, it is a champion you can actually afford. 8 out of 10. LG OLED Flex. This monitor bends so smoothly you'd think it's auditioning for a Marvel cameo, packing color and contrast that make your PowerPoint slides look Oscar-worthy. It doubles as a monster TV with mighty speakers, but it's almost too powerful and pricey for most offices. And if you pause your inbox too long, that beautiful OLED might burn in a desktop-shaped ghost forever. If you want epic tech as your desk buddy and have a taste for luxury, limber up your wallet. 5 out of 10. Alienware AW725QW. Alienware's AW725QF can switch modes faster than you can pretend to be working, offering 4K for spreadsheets and Full HD for some suspicious lunchtime gaming. The colors are so vibrant your boss's pie chart will look like a modern art masterpiece, but the SDR contrast is as forgettable as last year's office party. If you want flexibility without flexing your wallet too hard, this is your 2 monitors in 1 superstar, but skip it if you need booming speakers or black hole blacks. 8 out of 10. ASUS ROG Swift OLED PG27UCDM. The ASUS ROG Swift OLED PG27UCDM is here to remind you that text can actually look sharp, and colors can make your eyes dance, even at the ridiculous speed of 240 refreshes per second. It has fancy anti-flicker stuff, OLED burn-in prevention that makes second-guessing your break schedule totally unnecessary, and lets you show off with Dolby Vision like it's 3025. The only real thing missing is speakers, so unless you love silent geometry, you might need headphones to fully vibe. 9 out of 10. MSI MPG321URX QD OLED. MSI's MPG321URX QD OLED stretches out to 32 inches. Perfect for having 20 tabs open and still pretending you're not just playing games at 240 blitzes per second. The blacks are rich and deep, but let's be real. The real brightness party is frequently RSVP only for tiny screen areas, so your sunny office will expose its OLED kryptonite. The built-in KVM switch and juicy USB-C are neat, but for $1,000 plus, it needs to be brighter than your monitor-induced genius ideas. 7 out of 10. Gigabyte M30 Up. This chunky 32-inch monitor looks ready for spreadsheets and moody gaming alike, splashing bright colors and crisp 4K pixels right in your under-caffeinated face. Ports for days and a refresh rate that feels almost indulgent. But the stand is stiff and the design has all the charisma of a printer manual. If you want a super sharp workhorse that makes Excel sheets pop more than your tired soul, this is a reliable pick. Just not call your friends exciting. 7 out of 10. Alienware AW325QW. Wildly curved and gloriously gigantic, this 32-inch beauty beams quantum dots and 4K clarity like it's prepping you for an intergalactic invoice battle. Speedy 175 Hz keeps every animation snappy, but OLED comes with the anxiety of burn-in, plus the price tag makes your wallet cry alien tears. For premium productivity and esports bragging, it's as close to sci-fi as your desk will ever get. So prepare to flex hard at work and maybe go broke. 8 out of 10. LG UltraGear 32GS95UE. This LG delivers 2048 zones of mini LED backlight magic and packs a 1000 nit punch meaning you can bask in presentation slides so bright your future looks promising. Dual refresh rates offer split personality performance, letting you toggle between prim proper tasks and wild action. But those features come in a frame thicker than your morning oatmeal. It's clever, fast, and multi-talented, though a little heavy-handed on bulk, making it perfect for power users who want options but not much desk elegance. 8 out of 10. Samsung Odyssey Arc. This absolutely gigantic curved screen looks like it swallowed an entire office wall, and its wild brightness and punchy colors can wake you up faster than your morning espresso. Sitting at 1,300 nits with full-array mini LED backlighting, it delivers deep blacks and epic highlights. But let's be honest, at 55 inches, you'll need a bigger desk, a bigger wallet, and possibly some new friends who don't mind a little eye strain. Immersive, yes, but for actual office use, it's hilariously overkill unless you plan on turning spreadsheets into a cinematic adventure. 5 out of 10. BenQ PD3220U. For the creative soul stuck in a cubicle jungle, the BenQ PD3220U is your color-accurate escape hatch with its lush 32-inch 4K IPS display and design details that'll make pixel peepers swoon. With Thunderbolt connectivity, excellent ergonomics, and the kind of professional calibration that screams, "I actually know what I'm doing." It's built for designers and anyone whose spreadsheets involve more color than numbers. The only thing holding it back is those tinny speakers that sound like your computer's sneezing, but everything else just works. Actual monitor bliss. 9 out of 10. BenQ PD2700U. BenQ's PD2700U is the no-nonsense office sidekick that does the basics brilliantly, with crisp 4K resolution on a planner-friendly 27-inch screen, and colors that play nicely, whether you're editing photos or fighting off Monday meetings. It may not have the flashy features of newer models, no fancy USB Type-C or sky-high refresh rates, but the factory calibration and eye care tricks make it easy to stare at all day without regretting any life choices. If you want competent, affordable, and easy on the eyes, literally, this is the monitor for work, not play, and that's exactly its charm. 7 out of 10. Dell U2723QW. This monitor is like the Swiss Army knife of the office world, packing sharp 4K clarity, superb color accuracy, and more ports than a cruise ship, all in a compact 27-inch frame that fits even the messiest desk. Choosing between full-speed data and max resolution with its USB-C might feel like a cruel joke, but at least you will be multitasking like a productivity ninja while you puzzle over the cable situation. If you love crisp text and hate glare, you will adore it. Just do not stare too long at those slightly grayish blacks. 8 out of 10. Pixio PXC348C Neo. For people who want an ultra-wide curved beauty that will stretch across your workspace like a cinematic blanket, this Pixio piles on punchy colors, wild refresh rates, and enough screen space to lose your coffee mug behinds. With no built-in speakers and a stand wobblier than your Friday afternoon motivation, you'll need a bit of DIY spirit, but the gaming cred and bright, vibrant viewing keep it in boss territory. Skip those flickering eyesores, fire up some spreadsheets, and feel undeniably fancy if you do not trip over the cables. 7 out of 10. Gigabyte G34WQC. The Gigabyte G34WQC wants you to believe you are both an office hero and a gaming superstar, offering a 34-inch curved spectacle with deep blacks, crisp resolution, and such silky multitasking power, your co-workers will envy your monitor and not your lunch. The poor ergonomics are a bummer, though, unless you love craning your neck or hate sharing your screen, plus viewing angles that punish collaboration as much as a late email reply. Stellar for solo work or play, but a solid handshake away from perfection. 7 out of 10. LG 34GS95QE. This OLED ultra-wide glides onto your desk with a curve so dramatic, you might wonder if it is trying to hug you or just steal your lunch. The colors pop like your favorite office memes, and the 1,440 pixels tall screen has enough real estate to run 12 spreadsheets, watch a cat video, and draft an epic resignation letter simultaneously. Just beware. Its price tag will send your budget manager into cardiac arrest faster than last quarter's expense report. 8 out of 10.